All right, come on. Here we go. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Good, refreshing day. Nice, solid 6 miles. Weather was good, and it felt good. It was a nice, strong finish at the end there. Seeing that, today, the topic of today's Move Swiftly thought is one that it's very necessary that I have this conversation, and it's regarding the tragic, just absolutely heartbreaking story that as I continue to think about and I continue to hear reaction, I continue to think about me being a former high school football coach, me being a former linebacker, played linebacker at the high school and the collegiate level, and built a business, scouted the game of football, built a business around the game of the concept of youth, high school, college, and professional football. This story that came out of Frisco, Texas, is truly heartbreaking, and it's just tragic to think about it. Tragic as you listen to the parents' reaction. It's so if you don't know, if you don't know what the story is, it's probably because you listen to too much legacy media. But it's been a huge story going around like the independent media groups, and it's a huge story when it comes to social media. It's about a young high school boy, 17-year-old boy, man. 17-year-old boy that goes to a track meet, and he ends up getting into a sort of a situation with another kid, and the kid has a knife. A damn high school kid has a knife at a track meet, stabs the boy in the chest, broad daylight at a track meet, tons of witnesses, and ends up killing him. He dies in his twin brother's arms at a track meet, guys. This shit is absolutely tragic to the point where I don't even want to bring up names. The main reason that it came across my feed was because of the racial motivation, the racial backing. The first person I heard talk about it was Brandon Tatum, and the thumbnail on Brandon Tatum on the video was that black people have hit a new low. So, and again, Brandon Tatum, he's always kind of the one that calls black people out on when they on some bullshit, which in my opinion is what creates so much of a following on his end, because he is black and he's one of the people that's not afraid to call black people out when they're on some bullshit. And he was basically reporting it from the lens of the fact that the young man, again, I'm gonna stay away from names, but the young man who stabbed him, who killed him in broad daylight, the young man was a young black boy, and he has a GoFundMe account for over 200, I believe the number was like $200,000, when people are talking about, hey, they want to support him because they feel like it was self-defense. And that's really where I want to get you to. Listen to me, man. The truly tragic and heartbreaking part about this entire story has been the adults' reaction. As tragic as the story is, as tragic as it is to know that a captain of a football team, all right, the young man who was killed, the captain of his football team, played linebacker, captain of his football team like I was, right? And he was on his way. He had tons of scholarship offers, had just an incredible future ahead of him, and all of a sudden his life is taken because of some disagreement about the fact that somebody was sitting in the tent at a track meet and all that kind of stuff. Okay, look, that is tragic in itself, but the heartbreaking part about this entire thing is you have grown ass adults, grown men and women who are on camera, who are literally on camera, on social media, talking about how, it was self-defense, and the fact that it's self-defense, the fact that it's a black boy, we need to come to the aid of this black boy, this, that, and the, like, listen, here's my take on the situation. As a black man and living, has been through tons of stuff. You could just go look me up on the internet. All of this stuff is made available for you to report, to do your research on me if you would like, all right? We got to stop that. Not one of us was there. If you want to support the kid, you want to create a GoFundMe account when it comes to his lawyers and his legal representation, and you want to support that, fine. Do what you got to do. But it is so fucking irresponsible for you as an adult to be on camera talking about how it was self-defense and what the boy did to do this, and the boy was going to do this to him and this shit. Like, fuck that. You weren't fucking there. You weren't there. So you have absolutely no idea what the situation was. Again, if you want to support the guy, if you want to support the kid, give some money to his GoFundMe account and shut the fuck up. There's no need for you to be on camera talking about how it was self-defense and that this one happened and it's racially motivated and the black boy, you know, he's the victim and he killed someone. He killed someone. He's dead. Dead. Died in his twin brother's arms. And we have the audacity, there's people on camera having the audacity to even bring up the word self-defense in a time like this where the parents are grieving, the brother is grieving, and you have the audacity to bring up self-defense. Get the fuck out. If that's what you believe, fine, believe it, but there's no reason for you to be putting that on camera. There's no reason for a family, a brother, his teammates, his coaches, his classmates, all of the things, all the coaches that may have had his back throughout everybody that's probably had a hand in this young man's development. There's no reason for them to have to be looking at this shit about how some adults are coming at this from a racial, and this is what has gone on in the left. This is what this woke bullshit, this woke culture nonsense has come to where a boy could be dead and we're so insensitive to the situation that we have the audacity to talk about some self-defense bullshit. Whether it was or it wasn't, no one, that you let the legal process play out and you let that happen. But you don't get on camera as a grown-ass adult and talk about some self-defense or have the audacity to put some shit like that on the internet because you feel bad that this young boy he's going to jail. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's going to jail. So don't like that to me has been the most heartbreaking part of the story. As heartbreaking as it is to know a young 17-year-old boy lost his life, but to know that we've gotten to a point now in this world, in this woke bullshit culture, that we have grown adults who are coming to the defense of something, and they weren't even there. They're not high school kids. These are grown adults who may have heard this and heard that and had their opinions. Again, if you have your opinions, keep that shit off the internet. Support the boy. Give him some, go to his GoFundMe, help with his lawyers or legal representation, whatever it is you want to do, okay. But, be very delicate and be very sensitive to the fact that a father and a mother have to bury their 17-year-old kid who had a bright future. Be sensitive to that, man. So my condolences, my sincere condolences to the family of the young man who lost his life, to the brother, to the twin brother, to the mother and father. I mean, I could not imagine being in... I get choked up thinking about couldn't imagine being in a situation like that. And again, my condolences, and to the rest of you guys who are out there doing that bullshit, just stop, man. Just stop, all right? So all that being said, happy Wintrepreneur Wednesday. I'll be diving into the Wintrepreneur feature in about an hour or so from this recording. Main website to check out to dive deeper into everything I'm doing, makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one, Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.